What's up, everybody, and welcome back to She Talks Sports. It's Friday, it's the end of the week. We're gonna celebrate, but there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. But on the sports side, the NBA could potentially see a return sometime soon. College athletes are starting to come back on campus and start voluntary workouts. There's just so much going on right now and a lot of unanswered questions. So today I'm bringing in a Big Ten Network broadcaster. He also did some sideline reporting for the NFL and worked at ESPN. Mike Hall joins today's talk.
Speaking of, the latest bitterness statistics are out. Here's a chart. This is dark chocolate, this is a lemon, and this is how bitter Pistons fans are every time the newest Bulls documentary comes out. Thought it'd be even higher.
Hey Mike, thanks for joining us. I know you of all people miss sports the most, and you've even taken to Twitter to kind of show that with your BTN live from home. And I actually just showed the viewers a little clip of that, but how has your job changed during this pandemic?
Well, it's nice to talk to you, Allie. You look good. That's great to hear. It's been weird. The first week that it happened, we kind of were all just on lockdown as a network. We sort of shut down our facilities once the Big Ten tournament was canceled, and we were all just kind of waiting. And then after about a week, it was like, okay, well, we got to start doing this thing called Zoom that, the whole world figured out about in mid-March. And we started taping interviews with coaches, with players, with analysts, commissioners, whomever was appropriate. And so we've been taping stuff ever since then. And then after a couple weeks, we started just packaging it together and doing a weekly show out of all the best of interviews and stuff we've done. And that has kind of been what we've done. There's some side projects that we were going to do this summer that we sort of bumped up that, again, we're using Zoom to talk to people. We're doing our own research from home, writing from home. We're trying to make as much content as we possibly can, understanding the limitations we're all under. But for the most part, we're kind of still working basically every day.
And I think the biggest question everyone is wondering, is if and when college football will return. And last week, the University of Michigan president announced and basically said, if there's no students on campus, college football probably isn't going to happen for us. And that's a big statement from a very big university in the Big Ten and someone that has a well-respected football program. What were your thoughts on that statement? And do you kind of see it having a ripple effect in the Big Ten?
Those are all good questions, Allie, and the answer to almost all of them is I don't know. And as sad as that is, I think that's mostly the accurate answer to everything. Like, we don't know what the world will look like at the end of June, let alone the end of July, let alone the end of August. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to have a vaccine by then, because people who are way smarter than I am on this stuff say it's probably going to take a year to a year and a half. But we don't know what'll happen. We don't know the fact that everybody's reopening now. Like, maybe this means we slowly take baby steps and that our next year of our life is slowly taking baby steps forward. Maybe it means in 2 weeks the numbers skyrocket and we have to go backwards. Like, it's so confusing that we all don't know. I mean, I think that statement was said in earnest. And I also think it's possible that in 6 weeks they could go, hey, we've changed our mind and we feel differently about it. It might not even matter because maybe students will be back on campus. Like, it's all so, I could easily give you a hot take, but I think the honest answer is just, I don't know, because I don't think anybody genuinely knows, because the smartest people on the planet only know so much about what happens with this type of thing. So we kind of just got to sit and wait.
Right, and there's so many things that could go into it. Limited attendance has been a topic. Ohio State said, we might limit the number of people, but then you get questions like, who gets to come to the games? Like, how do we decide that? Could you imagine a place like Nebraska, that's where I'm at, telling fans, yeah, you can't come to the game? Just imagine the reaction to that. But it's all just a crazy time right now.
It'd be wild. I mean, there's part of me that would go, especially with Nebraska, those fans are so passionate that, like, some would be like, no, I want to go to every game. And I could also see some fans being like, wait a minute, I'm going to get to go to a game Whereas a month ago, I thought I wouldn't be able to go to any, and now at least I'm going to be able to go to one or two in the season. Like, I could easily see people being thrilled that they have the opportunity to do anything, but yeah, I mean, how do you do it, and who sits where, and are family members allowed to sit by you, and what are concessions like, or bathroom lines like? I mean, it's all for people way smarter than me, Allie.
Me too. But you had tweeted a couple weeks ago that Big Ten Network has a special project that they're working on. It should be released sometime in June. Can you give us a little insight to that project?
No. We're almost ready to announce it, but it's a special project. We're planning on doing it over the summer. We've adjusted our plans to kind of do all this prep work during the end of spring and the beginning of summer. I will say it'll be important to every single fan base in the Big Ten. It will be important to people who aren't even Big Ten fans. It's something I think is really cool. I don't know anybody else that's doing this thing that we're doing. So I think it's going to be something people will enjoy to watch.
That is all the questions I have for you. Thank you for coming on our show and just talking to all the viewers.
Happy to talk to you, Allie.